In the USA, people of color live with 66% more air pollution and are more exposed to particulate matter.
Cities are still segregated despite decades of outlawed housing discrimination, with low-income neighborhoods clustered in inner cities. These neighborhoods suffer what's known as the heat island effect, where darker colored materials used to construct roads and buildings don't allow heat to escape at the same levels as less industrial materials, such as soil and grass, making overall temperatures higher.
In 2018, Green 2.0, a non-profit organization focused on environmental justice and equity, asked the 40 largest NGOs to report the ethnic diversity of their staff. Only 20% of the staff and 21% of the senior staff identified as people of color. This shows the lack of racial diversity across the environmental movement, which has been unequal since it first started.
People of color have been excluded from environmental policies over history because of racism and white supremacy. They have always had to take a leadership role to defend their rights and their voice in those aspects. Black scientists and researchers have spoken out about decades of this mistreatment and barriers to advancement based on race.
At times, individuals tend to narrow their discussions on environmental issues, concentrating only on nature and related approaches. But it is unacceptable to discuss the interconnectedness of nature and humanity without addressing issues of racial and economic injustice.
Intersectional environmentalism is an inclusive version of environmentalism that advocates for both the protection of people and the planet. It identifies the ways in which injustice happening to marginalized communities and environmental issues are interconnected. It brings injustice suffered by the most vulnerable communities and to the earth to the forefront and does not minimize or silence social inequality.
Luckily, things are starting to change. Many movements are now focusing on the connection between the environment and social inequality. Such movements are, for example, the environmentalism of the poor, led by Julian Agiman, or the just sustainability paradigm, encouraged by Vandana Shiva.
Currently, more and more activists are raising awareness about the issue. Through social media, people from all around the world can join the movement. Ayesha Siddiqa from Pakistan, Maya Rose Craig from Bangladesh, Wawa Gatheru from Kenya, Danagi artist from the USA, Amarillana Kopeny from the USA, Akash Ranison from India, and Elena Walinga from Ecuador. They can, you can. Join the movement. Environmental justice is racial justice.